Good afternoon. The 6th grade class welcomes you to the Stations of the Cross. As a class, we decided to do a reflection of what each station means to us. To help with the reflection, we will turn off the lights and shine a light on each station as we go. Thank you for coming. The 1st station, Jesus is condemned to death. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. There you stand before the crowd after being beaten. You never deny yourself, yet humbly accept the punishment given to you by those who had witnessed your miracles. It's easy to look at the scene and think, how could they have accused you and condemned you to death? All you did was love every person you met. Yet they are not alone in their condemnation of you.
How often do I ignore you at school and the person no one wants to talk to? How often do my words condemn you in the way that I speak about others? It was not only the Jews and Pontius Pilate who condemned you, but I stand next to them shouting just as loud, "Crucify him!"
Jesus, forgive me for the ways in which I condemn and pierce others with my words and actions. Help me to love like you, and to learn from your example.
The 2nd station, Jesus carries the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you.
Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
By now you have endured a sleepless night, betrayal by your friends, and a beating that is too horrible to fully imagine. You've been whipped and spit on by countless faces of some whom last week treated you as royalty as you entered the city. And now they hand you the cross to carry. The weight of it is far more than any number of pounds we can figure. For in a carrying of the cross, you carry the weight of our sins.
How often do I forget that you have carried the burden for me? How often do I try to carry things on my own, not allowing you to help me? It was not only the sins of the world that you carried. It was my sin, my selfishness, my pride, my anger. You also carried my worries, my fears, my sadness, my insecurities. Each you carried step by step up towards Golgotha, the place of the skull.
Jesus, help me not to forget the burden that you carried for me. Give me the strength and the courage to let go of those things that separate me from you.
The 3rd station, Jesus falls for the first time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. As you walk through the narrow streets, every moment, every jolt burns and reopens your wounds. The pain along with the weight of the cross becomes too much and you fall. In boxing, when a fighter falls and is too beaten to continue, the fight is stopped by the referee. Yet there is no one there to stop the battle that you fight for us. Even though you know that what still lies ahead, you do not stop and somehow find the strength to continue.
How many times have I fallen in my walk? Too many to count, I'm sure. So many times when I fall, I don't feel like getting back up and trying again. There are too many temptations that I am faced with that feel too fun and easy to do because so many around me are doing them.
Jesus, help me remember your courage and perseverance when you fell. Give me the courage to get back up when I fall. Help me remember that it is worth it to live as you did.
The fourth station. Jesus meets his mother. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you.
Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
Amid all the shouts and the jeers from the crowd that moves like the wave in your mind as you struggle to remain conscious, one voice stands out. As your eyes meet and you see her face, you are not surprised that she is there for you. She has always been there for you. Her yes to the Father has been a light in the darkness. And now, here in your darkest hour, she is there.
There are so many times when I feel alone in my struggles. It seems that no one understands what I am going through, especially my parents. But I realize they must. How many times have I hidden my parents? How many times have I hidden my things from my parents out of fear, out of what they would say, or what trouble I would be in when all they want is to love me?
Jesus, help me to remember that I am never alone in my struggles. Help me to see my parents as you saw yours. Help me know their love for me, and when things are hard between us, help me to remember the light of your mother in my life.
The fifth station. Simon helps Jesus carry his cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. The soldiers who have beaten you all day had what appears to be a moment of compassion. Yet instead, their selfish motives override their opportunity for charity. They only want to follow their orders to get you up to the place where you will be crucified. They decide to grab Simon, a Cyrenian, out of the crowd to help you carry the cross. He follows behind you, walking in your steps, helping you move forward. You press on, knowing that the worst is yet to come.
How often do I pass up an opportunity to help someone in need? Do I let what others may think of me stop me from reaching out?
Jesus, open my ears to hear the ways that you call to serve me. Help me follow Simon's example of helping others. Help me know what it means to be a true and faithful servant.
The sixth station. Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you.
Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
By now, the thorns cut so deeply into your head that even seeing where you should step next is almost impossible. Up to this point, all who approach you, other than your mother, either shout at you or spit in your face. As Veronica approaches, she walks differently than the others. As she reaches out her hands and wipes your face with her cloth, suddenly her face is compassion becomes clear. No words are necessary. Both your eyes says it all.
How many times have I forgotten that each person is made in your image and likeness, and therefore deserves my respect? Do I take advantage of others without regard for their feelings? Veronica courageously stepped forward and dared to treat you differently than everyone else. Could I do the same?
Jesus, help me to see your presence in others. Give me the courage to follow Veronica's example of treating others with love even when no one else does.
The seventh station. Jesus falls the second time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. The soldiers are enraged at you for falling this time. They can't understand how Simon's help is not enough. In their anger, they hit you again and again as the shouts and taunts become louder and harsher. At this moment, you can stop this. You are the Messiah and have the power to reveal yourself to everyone there. But you know that it would not fulfill all that is written about you. You know that you must be faithful to all God's promises to his people. Remembering your love and your faithfulness, you get up, you keep going.
How many times have I failed to follow through on my promises? Or worse yet, how often have I lied even to people I care about? Do I remember your faithfulness even when I fail?
Jesus, help me to believe in your faithfulness and your love for me. Give me the grace to follow through on my words to others. Help me to be a person of integrity.
The Eighth Station. Jesus meets the women of Jerusalem. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Their cries sound like a funeral. They cry and weep as if you already died. They know you are on your way to be crucified, and but of the beating you have endured, you already look like you should have been breathing at all. You shouldn't have been breathing at all. Yet, in this moment, consumed by death, you speak words of life and say, "Daughters of Jerusalem, do not weep for me."
Do I listen to your words in my life? How often have the things I've watched or listened led me away from you? Have I allowed the gospel of life to reign in my heart?
Jesus, help me to listen to your words of life. Show me ways that I can put you first.
The ninth station. Jesus falls for the third time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Again, you fall, this time from sheer exhaustion. Only your will presses you forward while your body refuses. How difficult it must be to be you, fully God and fully man. God knows that this has to be finished and that it is not yet complete. Man feels the excruciating pain, and every bone in your body wants to stop right there and move no further. Somehow, both join together and you muster the strength to get up. You vow to not fall again because now you can see the place they are leading you to. You know the end is close, and so you press on.
How often have I chosen to sin rather than to follow your way? Was it my sin that became too heavy that you fell this third time?
Jesus, help me to follow your ways. Help me remember your victory over my sin. Give me the grace to recognize when I sin and the desire to sin no more.
The 10th Station. Jesus is stripped of his garments. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you.
Because by your holy cross.
By now, your blooded cuts have dripped into your garments. As the soldiers strip your garments away, the vicious tearing of them from your skin is very painful. The cuts have closed, now reopened, and once again, a river of blood runs all over your body.
How often have I judged others by the way they look or what they are wearing? Do I find my own self-worthy and my self-identity by the clothes I wear or the way I look?
Jesus, help me to look past the outside of others. Help me not to judge them by how they look or what they wear. Help me to find my self-worth and identity in you.
The 11th Station. Jesus is nailed to the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. The soldiers pull your right arm out beside you, and then horrific pain flows through your entire body. The nail pierces not only your hand, but also your whole body. Another nail is driven into your other hand, and again, the pain jolts your entire body. Pain shoots up your legs as they nail your feet.
In reflection, I am angered by the soldiers. I can't understand why they are doing this to you, and yet what is hardest to realize is that not only am I in the crowd watching all this, but I'm also one of them nailing you to the cross. How many times has my sin become a strike of the nail into your body? How often do I turn away from your mercy?
Jesus, I'm sorry for nailing you to the cross with my own sin. Help me to see your forgiveness and mercy for the times that I sin.
The 12th Station. Jesus dies on the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you.
Because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.
Above your head is an inscription, King of the Jews. As you use every last ounce of life left in you to lift your body so that you could speak, you do not look the part. Yet every word out of your mouth is one of love, truly from another kingdom. The faces of all humanity must flash before your eyes, as one by one you recount whom you are doing this for. And finally, you say, Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. It is finished. You breathe your last breath, and it looks as though it is the end.
Jesus, help me never forget your love for me. Help me to know that you died for me. Fill me with comfort in knowing that I never suffer anything you don't understand.
The 13th Station. Jesus is taken down from the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. The first arms that held you in this world are also the last. Your mother was told the sword would pierce her heart the day she presented you as an infant to the Father. Now, as she holds your body that is mangled beyond recognition, she sees not only the man she now holds, but also the child she held, and her heart is pierced. Your comfort to her will come, but in this moment she has only the Father to be with her in her sorrow and pain. All hope seems gone.
How many times have I lost hope in you? How often have I doubted your ability to be God in my life over all things?
Jesus, help me to trust in you. Help me to place all my hope in you and give me peace in knowing that you are the Lord over all things.
The 14th Station. Jesus is placed in the tomb. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you.
Because by your holy cross, he was within the world.
Tears stream down the faces of those who lie you to rest as they remember your love. They wrap your body in clean linens and lay it in a new tomb. The stone is rolled over the entrance, and now it is surely the end. While those who lives with you have touched our great sorrow, believing all is over. You are conquering sin and death.
How many times has death felt like the end? When I've lost a loved one, it can be so hard to remember your victory. How often do I miss the opportunities to say, I love you, to those special people in my life? Do my family and friends know how I feel about them?
Jesus, help me always remember that death is not the end. Give me the strength to say the words, I love you, to those people in my life that I do love. Help me to love every person, not just in words, but also with my actions. Jesus, I love you, I need you, and I trust you. Amen.